What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Nick Theriot here, and today I have an exciting new video where we're going to dive into how exactly I scale my Facebook ad campaigns, how I've specifically taken one campaign from $100 a day in ad spend to over $500 a day at a 3x or near 3x return in ad spend. So before we hop into this video, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that like button, because this content is about to be extremely valuable for you if you're stuck trying to figure out how to scale campaigns. Maybe you scale a campaign, it dies out and stuff like that. This video will be for you. Okay, guys. So like I said, scaling a campaign can be very difficult for some. I feel like some people can just scale with ease and some people can't. But I think the biggest thing with scaling is managing expectations, managing emotions, and to being able to stay consistent with it, because it's not something that you just put in the background. You have to really be active inside the ad account and really work towards it. It has to be a goal, has to be a priority to scale account. There's a lot of energy that goes into that. So with that being said, today I want to show you guys a few tips and tricks, at least some common mistakes I've noticed with some of my consulting clients of how they're scaling their campaigns, and how I keep it simple, and which allows me to basically keep doing it over and over. And like I said, it's a work in progress. You have to be active doing it every single day to hit those big numbers. So with that being said, I'm going to show you one account real quick. This is one particular account that I've showed recently in a case study video. We launched this specific scaling campaign on the 1st of December, or 2nd of December, 2020. And we launched at $100 a day. First day was a complete blowout. We literally got one add to cart. And then if we look at yesterday's data, we spent literally $339, 3.1 ROAS, $1,000 in sales. So it's, since we've launched, it's become very profitable, and we've also scaled it up quite a bit. So let me show you guys the lifetime on this particular ad set, our particular campaign. And we're literally $5,800 spent, $15,000 in revenue. Break even ROAS is like 1.6, 1.8. And this is a top of funnel. So top of funnel, if we can just break even, that's the goal. And we're doing well past that. So how do we scale it? What is the rules we follow? And how can you do that yourself? So I'll put this together. This is scaling Facebook ads, scaling tofu, top of funnel Facebook ads. This is the old way. This is probably the way that you're doing it. This is the way you might be familiar with it. So you set up a new campaign, you set the budget to $100, whether it's CBO or ABO. And then, you launch it. And let's say the first day it blows up, 3x return on ad spend, or maybe the second day. And you're like, whoa, I'm doing amazing. Let's blow this up. Let's really scale. So you increase the budget by $200. And now it's like a $300 daily budget. And then like the next day, the performance sucks. And you're like, whoa, what's going on here? Just wasted, $200. And then a few more days go by, and you're like, okay, what is going on? It converted really well. Now it's dying out. So you lower the budget and results don't work. It doesn't help. So you just turn it off. And you set up a new campaign and you let it run for a few days, and you literally just repeat, fails again. And then you're like, what is going on? Facebook ads are a scam. You start crying on the internet. Well, I guess you didn't cry on the internet because you're on this video and I'm here to help you out. So that's probably the traditional way. And trust me, I've been there before. That's kind of what I'm seeing in my consulting clients. That's what they're doing. They're just increasing the budget, random intervals, and it's chaotic. The current way I'm scaling Facebook ads in 2021, and the way I recommend for you guys, is you launch a new ad set or a new campaign. Whether you're doing CBO, campaign budget optimization, or ABO, depending on you. I'd use both, so it just kind of depends. That's a whole nother video. But let's say you're doing CBO or ABO. What you want to do is you want to launch the campaign or ad set, run it for 3 days. Do not touch it. Do not do anything. After those 3 days, if your KPIs are being hit, your key performance indicators, add to cart, landing page views, sales, all that stuff is looking good, all you want to do is increase the budget by 20%. That is it. I know that doesn't sound like a lot, especially if you start off a campaign or an ad set at $10 a day. Maybe $100 a day or $1,000 a day. It's a little bit more, but if you're starting off with a little bit, 20% ain't much. And the specific reason why that's the case is because when you set up a new ad set or set up a new campaign at a certain budget, you're telling Facebook, hey, I want you to optimize this budget, $100. And Facebook is going to do whatever it can to spend that $100 in the best way it can to get you the most bang for your buck. So you're going to let it run for a few days. It's going to optimize. It's going to get you some results and stuff. You're like, whoa, it's crushing it. And then you go and increase the budget by $1,000, below it out of the park. And then like results suffer. You're like, what is going on? Why is it? And that's because Facebook didn't optimize for $1,000 or it didn't optimize for $300. It optimized for $100. And you just going ahead and increasing the budget and blowing it out. It's like if you go to the gym. You go to the gym, you put 150 pounds on back squat. And you do a set. And you're like, hey, this is comfortable. I can do this. It's good. And then you increase the weight. You wouldn't go to, you wouldn't put 245s on, 90 pounds on top of that 150. Now you're at 240. You wouldn't do that because you do that and you're like, oh my gosh, it's extremely heavy. I can't do this. You would increase it by a little bit. You probably add some 10s, maybe some 5s. And you just increase the budget by maybe 10 to 15%. And that's the same thing with Facebook ads. When you put a large budget on a particular ad set or campaign from what it was originally optimized for, it's exactly like just going to the gym, doing a set that was good for you, and then dramatically increasing the weight. And it's too difficult for you. That's the same thing with Facebook. So that's why we do a 20% rule. And we do it 20% every day. And trust me, when you do it every single day, you get to numbers like this. And literally just yesterday, it's working. I'm going to show you the last 7 days. We scaled up from $100 a day, which would be about $700 spent, all the way up to $504 daily. And we're maintaining ROAS. We're maintaining cost per purchase. And again, if I look at the lifetime, and yeah, so it works. Now let's say if you need to spend a little bit, you need to scale up a little bit more aggressively. So what you do is you simply duplicate the campaign or duplicate the ad set at a higher budget. Now, the key here is just because you duplicate at a higher budget doesn't mean it's necessarily going to work. So, so say if you're optimizing $100 a day, that ad set, that campaign, whatever it may be, and you're like, okay, it's getting a few sales, let's go to $1,000 a day. Your ads, your audience might not be proven enough to withstand $1,000 a day. So you could do is, what I like to do is double the budget. So if I'm at $100 a day, I'll duplicate that campaign at $200 a day. Then let that run for a few days. If it's profitable, I'll duplicate that campaign or ad set to $400 a day. Now I'll duplicate it to $800, duplicate it to $1,600, duplicate it to $3,200, duplicate it to $6,400, and so on. So I've done this for Father's Day last year, where I need to really scale a campaign quickly. I started duplicating the budgets. And that really worked out well, because what you're doing is where you're duplicating a campaign, you're duplicating an ad set. You're taking a proven campaign, you're taking a proven ad set, you're duplicating it at a 2x budget of what originally was set at, and you're duplicating something that's already working really well. And when you're duplicating it, all you're doing is changing the budget for 2 times what you're currently optimized at. And that's been the quickest way I've been able to scale accounts. That I need to scale quickly. But also too, the biggest key is when you're doing this, you need to make sure you have a comfortable enough budget that you could run for at least 3 days. So like if you're running at $100 a day, you don't want a 3 extra turn on a campaign or ad set, and you want to duplicate it to $200 a day, you need to make sure that when you duplicate it, that you can withstand 3 days worth of losses. So I know that might sound different. So it might sound confusing. So you want to duplicate that $100 a day ad set to $200 a day. Make sure you can run that ad set or that campaign for at least 3 days and lose every single day before you duplicate it. Now, the next thing is making sure when you're making decisions, whether to kill a campaign or kill an ad set, you're doing it on a long enough time range. If you're doing it day to day, you're going to be way too close and you need to look at the bigger picture. So in this particular campaign we were running, let's look at December 2nd. That's when we started running the campaign. We spent $100, made no sales. December 3rd. Oh, look, we made our first sale. 2 or 3 sales. And then we started making some more. And again, it's not like the greatest ROAS. Look, we had a day. First few days, ROAS wasn't the greatest. Wasn't really getting much sales and stuff like that. And it was turned off for some reason that day. So you need to make sure you're running it for a few days before you just turn it off. And you need to make sure you have some longevity on the campaign to make some decisions and stuff. Because if you're waiting like day to day to make certain decisions, you're too close to it. You're not looking at the bigger picture. It's like looking at the minute chart on a stock trading chart to make the decisions on investments for the year to year. Way too close of it. You need to back out. What does your ROAS look on a 3-day window, a 7-day window, and a lifetime window? So for this particular account, we noticed on a 7-day and a 3-day for example, yesterday we had a 3.10 ROAS, 339 spent, $1,000 in revenue. Last night when I went to bed, we were at like a 1.2 ROAS. We have a very heavy delayed attribution for this account with this particular product. And due to that, the day-to-day is very hard, and I need to look at the 3, 7, and lifetime to really to figure out if I should kill an ad set or kill the campaign. So biggest key piece of advice, let things run longer. And if you're going to let things run longer, that's when you want to make sure that you're at budgets you're comfortable with. So don't try to rush in these higher budgets. Higher budgets are more, they require more stress. They take more emotions out of you. You have more stuff you have to learn to manage these. So stay comfortable with those lower budgets. Don't try to rush this. If you rush this, you go all the way back to ground zero and you got to restart this process over again of, creating a new ad set, starting off at a low budget, scaling it up. Then, scaled up too quickly. Now you broke it. Now you're going back down. Take your time, and that's going to get you the best results. Take your time. Let things run longer than you expect. Instead of deciding on a day-to-day to kill an ad set or kill a campaign, do maybe 3-day. If you're traditionally doing a 3-day, do a 7-day. Look back at your account. Look at some of the ads and ad sets you've killed, and then looking back at the delayed attribution and seeing, okay, wait. Those weren't profitable yesterday, but now today they're profitable, but I killed them. Why did I kill them? Okay, because, I was only running it for 2 days before I decided to kill them or not. So that's a big key right there. Learn all that. Now, another key thing is when you're waiting a little bit longer, look at your soft stats, your add to cart, your landing page view, your cost per landing page view, your click-through rate, your CPM. If those are completely blown out the water in terms of like extremely high, just out of the ordinary, turn them off. Turn the ad set off, turn the campaign off early. But if those are good and just the ROAS really ain't there yet, keep it running. Let it run longer. And trust me, guys, you follow these 2 rules, 2021, you're going to be very profitable in terms of how you scale ads. It's a discipline. It's emotion management. It's not getting tied to the results and getting tied to the money. You really have to look at this from a just zero emotions, just logical standpoint when you're scaling a campaign. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is something that's worked really well for me, and I know it'll be very impactful for you guys. Instead of being like crazy all over, like looking like some high frequency, just a nice stable line and slowly scaling up. And because over time, those consistent scaling over and over, it's just going to keep pushing those revenues up every single day. And it's going to get you better results. You're going to scale and things are going to be very blissful. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit the like button. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. And if you are a e-com business owner doing at least $10,000 a month in revenue and would love to hop on a call with me and to discuss how we can help your brand scale to new highs. We've scaled multiple businesses now to over 6 figures per month in revenue with Facebook ads, and we'd love to help out with your business. So make sure you click the link below to book a call with us and figure out how we can help your business to do that. And guys, this was Nick Theriot, and I hope you guys have a great day.